Give me Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 8, right? Because for far too long our people have been brainwashed by this system, by this man, right? And our people think they know something when they come up here, right? Read.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 8. Now go, write it before them in a table, and note it in a book.
So what's the table? What's the table that the Bible talking about? Well, you seem to know a little something, right? So what's the table?
The same calendar made by the Romans.
No, he just told you what it was. Listen, bro.
Are we going by the same calendar made by the Romans?
You just protocol. We don't build up to this.
Are we still going by the same calendar
Now
made by the
go,
Romans?
write it before them in a table, and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come, forever and ever.
You know, back in chapter 2 and verse 2. So he said, note it and write it in a table, right? The table is this book, right? This is what we go by. We don't go by the ways of America. We don't follow the ways of our oppressor, because our oppressor changed times. Our oppressor changed laws, right? And got our people confused thinking that Sunday is the first day of the week. Read that.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon
So
tables.
he said, make it plain upon tables, right? So now we're going to start reading some of these plain things that he put into this Bible. But first, give me Daniel chapter 7. What's that, Daniel 7 and 25? Give me Daniel chapter 7 and verse 25. Let's go there first. Read that. Daniel chapter 7 verse 25.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
And he that shall speak great words against the Most High is this doggone white man that our people love so much. He gonna speak against this Bible. He gonna try to come against this Bible and try to change everything that God has implemented. He gonna try to change it and make it his way, right? And he came against the saints. The saints are you. The saints are this brothers that's standing right here. The saints are the children of Israel when we read in Psalms 148:14. You gonna read.
I still want to hear about Saturday.
And shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws.
To do what?
And think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand.
So it was given into his hand, right? So he took that power in his hand and he changed times
So then,
and he changed laws.
if the Romans
But
made everything,
You
if
still,
the
you still
Romans
look.
made everything,
Look.
then have they
The
already
Romans
changed
ain't
the law?
made everything. They changed everything.
We over
The
here
Bible
because of
tells us
Europeans.
don't follow the ways
We're
of
over
our
here.
oppressor.
We're over
We
here
over
because
here,
of
right?
Europeans.
We over here.
We're over here
We
because of
over here.
Europeans, so we
We
playing
over
by
here,
their
right?
rules.
We over
We're
here.
playing by
We
their
playing.
rules.
You're up. Exactly right.
So
Exactly
it's
right.
accountable.
That's what we're trying to tell you, right? Exactly right. But the Lord, how do you count the days, right? What's considered a day?
24 hours.
What's 24 hours? Does the day start at midnight or what? What does it start? What the man, what he tell you? What does he tell you? When did they start?
No, I got it for you. Because back in those times, it was no such thing.
I ain't talking about it, no. I'm talking about right
so
now.
Are we talking about
We
now?
talking about right
But
now.
then it starts at midnight.
It starts at what?
Or 11:59.
All right, okay. What's the difference between 11:59 and midnight? Nothing. It's still dark.
A minute.
It's still dark, right? Give me Genesis. Give me Genesis chapter 1. Right? Start at verse 4. Let's see how God said that we're supposed to determine the days, right? Read what you got.
The book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 4. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day.
So how did he determine the day? Let's read it again for the
Darkness
brother.
and light. Darkness and light. That's
The
how
book
you
of
determine.
Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 4. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day.
What did he call the light? He called the light what? I just want to make sure we're on the same
Brother
page.
just read it.
He called. I want to hear you say it.
Brother just read it.
Let me hear you say it, bro. Let me hear you say
Man,
it.
come on.
Come on. What is it?
yeah,
You gonna engage, right? Come on.
I know. Yeah.
And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day.
So how did he determine what was the day? Was it midnight? Was it 11:59 or 12 midnight? Which one was it?
So then you telling me about that at 8 o'clock? It's a whole nother day.
What you mean at 8 o'clock? 8 o'clock tonight? That's right. God determines the day from
because-
sundown to sundown.
because it's
That's how
dark
God
at night.
determines the day. Right? That's how he just give me that in Nehemiah 13.
Dark. Verse 18. Did not your fathers thus, and did not our God bring all this evil upon us and upon this city? Yet ye bring more wrath upon Israel by profaning the Sabbath. And it came to pass, that when the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark,
It began to be what?
when it began to be dark before the Sabbath,
Before the what?
before the
So
Sabbath.
when does the Sabbath start? When it starts to get dark, right? God said that from evening to evening is a day according to God. Not no morning to morning, not that old Sunday worship that they be doing. Going to church and stuff like that is on Sunday. We learn that stuff from our oppressor. Give me Psalms 106 and 35. Give me Psalm chapter 106 and verse 35. Right? We learned these ways. These ways was pushed up on us, and then we learned it as a people, and we started doing it. Passing it down from generation to generation into our children and so forth. Read what you got.
But the book of Psalms, chapter 106 and verse 35. But were mingled among the heathen and learned their works.
You know what the Bible said? We was mingled amongst them, right? Then we learned their works. We learned Christmas, right? We learned Thanksgiving. We learned all these things. Even with the movies and stuff today, right? How do we learn how to kill each other and all that? We learned that from our oppressors watching these movies, right? We want to be these things that we see. So they know that we're visual people. So when we see these things on the TV screen, what we going to do? We're going to come out and reenact it, right? Just like the Scarface movie came out, a lot of brothers wanted to be what? They want to be drug dealers, right? They pushing the music industry so hard. What you see today? What you see today? Everybody you see, hey, I bet you got about 10 rappers in your family, right? Everybody want to be a rapper. Why? We learn these things from our oppressor. They push these things upon us, right?
That's right.
Read it again.
The book of Psalms, chapter 106 and verse 35. But were mingled among the heathen and learned their works.
So we learned all those things from the heathen, right? God said, don't follow the ways of the heathen, right? So God said, come up out of the ways of America and come back to his laws, statutes, and commandments, right?
That's right.
Give me Revelation 18 and verse 4. The book of Revelation chapter 18 and verse 4. This is what God telling his people in the last days that's over in America today, right? Read what you got.
The book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
God said, come up out of here, my people. Who is God's people? Everybody? Let's see. Give me Exodus 3 and 10. Let's see if everybody is God's people, right? We're going to go from the Old Testament to the New Testament to see who God's people is. Read what you got.
The book of Exodus, chapter 3 and verse 10. Come now, therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people, the children of Israel.
What God said?
That you may bring forth my people, the children of Israel.
He said, my people, the children of Israel. Let's go to another place in the Bible. Give me Psalms 135 and verse 12, right? Let's see if it's saying the same thing. Psalm chapter 135 and verse 12. Because our people have not been taught the proper way of this Bible, right? Our people don't even know that they God-chosen people, right? Read what you got. Psalms 135 and verse 12.
The book of Psalms, chapter 135 and verse 12. And gave their land for inheritance unto Israel, his people.
What's his people? He didn't say everybody, did he say who? Israel, his people, right? Give me Matthew chapter 2 and verse 6, right? Let's get it out of the New Testament. Let's see if God changed. Read.
The book of Matthew, chapter 2 and verse 6. And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the people of Judah. For out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel.
His people who?
My people Israel.
We read it in how many different places? We read it in 3 different places, right? Who is God's people, right? Who is his people? God don't change. Give me Malachi 3 and 6. God don't change, right? He don't change. He the same God then. He the same God right now. The same God. We're dealing with the same people. Read.
The book of Malachi, chapter 3 and verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
God said that he don't change, right? So when they get on talking about that God changed or if the Bible is for everybody or all people is God's people, that ain't biblical, right? I think God said that he ain't changed his people.
That's right.
So we got to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of God.
Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.